sharing. So that'll be really good. So you can also step into the clean space that we have created here. So since we're now recording, welcome everybody to our meeting today. I'm delighted to see you all, and I hope Mary and Ines will be able to join us. And today we have our beautiful, gorgeous goddess, Tywanah, already on a screen, who is our great guest speaker and who will be sharing a bit more about channeling and her brilliant journey about how she got there. So I'm not going to spoil the material for you, but we will start with our usual routine, which is about sharing our spiritual news and our spiritual miracles. And I'd like to go around the screen the way how we joined with Tywanah, if that's okay. You going before me, so at least you see what we're doing and get to know our routine. So Sandra first, then Dikla, and then Valeria. So Sandra, what spiritual miracles or news do you have for us?
Yeah, okay. So I'm not going to repeat the one with the signs because you all heard it in the WhatsApp chat, right? But yeah, as the topic today is channeling, actually I could tell this because, you know, we have this Instagram account with 3 people, and Iris has a lot of stuff to present from her own account. Graham is able to really beautifully channel messages from the universe. And then I am also supposed to come up with some content. And I mean, we have only just created that account 2 weeks ago or so. And it is now the time to present ourselves and to give a short introduction. And for me, it really is tough to come up with this introduction. I'm just not good at writing or at putting the things out. So Iris said, well, you can channel it. And I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? And then she said, well, you just ask for it. You just say a prayer and then you listen what comes through. And I have done this twice. And for my introduction, I did this. So I said the prayer to universe to send the message through me as a vessel. What should people hear from me? And then I recorded it with my iPhone. It is not 100% smooth, obviously, but then I typed it and then it is okay. But then I think, no, it needs rewording. So I'm now doing a rework on it and shifting things here and there. And I am again in the complicated way of doing this. And then, I mean, in the end, I will have then a text on paper and still not spoken to the people. So that will be the next challenge. At least it worked with the prayer that then something came through which I could record. So I have like an 80% version I was able to record, which I then optimized. I am still about to optimize. It's still not finished.
I love that. And it shows how we are always a work in progress. Seriously, the only one thing that is ever perfect is the creator. I love God, we can call it whatever. That is the only perfect at the perfection completeness. We are always in a work in progress. And I love the fact that you actually challenge yourself to channel, and you did. And it is not meant to be perfect, right? But it's meant to be for you to grow out of that. So well done. Sandra, I must tell you, you really are accelerating here massively, right? From can I really be a healer to now you're actually even channeling. Hello. You're doing a great job. You're doing a great job.
Yeah, wait for the post to come. I don't know, in 2 weeks' time or so.
And I'm sure it will be perfect for the time being because remember, everything can be improved. Everything can be improved.
Yeah, we have to start somewhere, isn't it?
Exactly, exactly. But well done. That's beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you building that trust, because remember your struggle with trusting what comes, and you building that trust is just most amazing thing to watch.
Mm.
Congratulations. That's beautiful. Amazing. Okay, let's go to Dikla. Dikla, what great news do you have for us? What celebration, what spiritual miracles do you have for us to share with you, for you to share?
Well, it's funny. I had a similar experience, which today morning I went to a conference of business people because this is my audience, and this is what I'm looking for in terms of patients and people to coach. And I had to also to introduce myself in 60 seconds. And the day before I practiced it, I did something. Oh, I channeled it as well. I did. I told the. I asked for a subject to talk about, and they gave me. They told me go to this book and open page 80. It's a book of Paulo Coelho, and it talks about when you feel stuck, then you need to see what's working in your life and put your mind on this and say thank you, and the thank you will bring love, and love will bring prosperity and so on. So I did about this 60 seconds, and today morning when I needed to go there, I had so many doubts and so many, like my stomach was going wild, and so many voices telling me, no, please don't go, don't do this, it's silly, it's so I said, you know what, I prepared for this. Whatever comes, whatever you want to come, it will come. I release and let go. And if I'm going to flank, that it's okay. You want me to flank, and I would need to learn about it. So I went there, and it was amazing, really great experience. The word just came out of me, and some guy came and wanted to set a meeting, and it was really, really lovely experience, and I'm so thankful, really. And also, you can see I changed the order of the work, my workroom. So something changed. Something definitely changed these last 3 days. It was amazing, really.
You're stepping into your power. I love that. Seriously. It's
Yeah.
just so blissful to watch you grow, honestly. Tywanah, these community is very, very new. We only start on the 1st of May officially. And that's why we're quite small. One more lady actually is joining literally about 10, 15 minutes now. But it's beautiful to watch. Seriously, since first meeting on the 1st of May, everybody has grown so much. It's just beautiful to watch right now. You're being more receptive to information you receive and what comes to you. Oh, it's just like music to my ears to hear that all. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that, Dikla. Thank you. Let's go to Valeria, and I hope Ina will come before we stop the sharings here. I really hope she will come. So, Valeria, what are your beautiful miracles that you would like to share with us?
Hello everyone, I'm sorry I can't be on camera. So it will be a sign. Basically on Tuesday, I felt so vibrationally high. I was so grateful, so deep, like the whole day. And in the evening, whilst reading my book, like I put my phone down and somehow it started to talk, my phone. So it was a Joe Dispenza video. And I was like, oh. It never happened to me before, you know, like I just put it down and was reading my book and suddenly a video started. And the video was about, I decided, yeah, of course it's a sign, so let me listen to the whole video. And it was about June 3rd and its power, basically how stars align, how everything aligned and how powerful it is. And it's like a doorway, so now is the right time to set intentions. And yeah, and after that, like the second day, I will speaking now, I just realized I felt so drained. And I remembered you said, Olga, when you shift and when you shift something within yourself, you feel drained. And yeah, the second day in the morning, I felt like I never woke up with headache since I moved to Moldova. So It was very strange for me to have headache in the morning, and today I felt as well a bit drained. So yeah, that's how unexpectedly and interestingly my phone started with the right video for me to listen.
That's incredible. And I love how self-aware you are because, yes, whenever we experience a shift, mindset shift, spiritual shift, or something, our system is almost like releasing something. And that means right now the whole cage is wobbly, is not as strong as it was before. Whether it was helpful belief or not, well, usually it's not the helpful belief that we are releasing. So, yeah, it's not surprising that you woke up a little bit drained because, especially very powerful shifts, they're draining us a lot. And this is why people usually say, well, why I'm sleeping so much? Because you're shifting, right? Because you're shifting, my darling. So yeah, it's really important to actually give ourselves space to shift and grow. Brilliant, but brilliant share. I love how Joe Spencer just appeared on your phone miraculously. Coincidentally, right? That never happens coincidentally. Yes, go on, Sandra.
Olga, can I ask you a question? When you said you are shifting, is there a way to check how far you are shifting? Is there a KPI with which to measure the shift?
Okay. And
So
clarify
because,
what exactly you would like to measure when it comes to shift.
well, how far, how high I am. So for example, everyone talks about the Hawkins scale of consciousness, right? And so I could check with my higher self, how high am I on the Hawkins scale of consciousness? But I always understood that it is 800 plus. It goes from 20 to 800 plus, and in 800 plus, you are in the awakened area. When I checked about this, I am miles up 800. So that scale somehow does not seem to work. Then I saw a post which talks about counts per second, the frequency in counts per second.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
It does make sense. Absolutely.
Check with higher self, what is your frequency in counts per second? So just because I don't know if I really realize it, that I am shifting or that I have shifted, but if I could ask and get the confirmation, I was at this number and now I am at that number. I guess this
That
would
will
help.
help your logical brain to see the growth. I see the desire for logic to be there, for logic to be satisfied, right? For the little human brain to say, I need to know the level. What level am I at? Am I at the primary school or am I at the secondary school or am I at the university already? Right? So the human answer would be that, yes, of course you can measure that, and you can measure that by keeping a journal of what exactly you have released, right? And if you come up with your own unique measurement for yourself, it will be even more helpful because, as you said, when you check yourself on a Hawkins scale, well, you can be at one moment, let's say during the meditation, channeling, during doing the healing in a very high state. But the minute you thought about somebody negatively, you're dropping your condition, your frequency. The minute you drunk alcohol rather clean water, you're dropping your frequency. The minute you are frustrated, angry, disappointed, or cursing somebody, you're lowering your frequency even more. So staying at the same frequency for a human is humanly impossible, right? Because we are constantly distracted, we are constantly tempted to react and respond on everything. Unless you're constantly like a monk on the top of the mountain meditating without any distractions, then yeah, you're gonna keep yourself. But as far as I know, you have child and other two stepchildren or three, and you have a husband and many other activities, just like all of us. We have a life what will always keep us up and down, up and down. And therefore, asking yourself another question is, which part of you actually wants to know the levels? Because remember, I think it, or maybe it was during other conversation, because when it comes to us really going into levels and understanding how high we are, that's where the ego creeps in and really wants you to kind of make you feel now I am better than. And we got to be really careful with that. I'm sure it's not coming from that space, but what I would like to invite you is to trust the journey and to allow yourself to continuously grow. Because one thing for sure, there's no limit. And whoever ever tells you that I am now done and now I'm now on the top of everything, well, it means they're creators, and it's not possible. We only have one creator, right? Or the universe, or whatever you want to refer to that, right? So it really is about understanding you're on a continuous journey and allowing yourself to see humbly that today you are better than yesterday because and you see what you have shifted and you see what you have released. Like in my diary, I actually put in purple because I like purple. Like you can see Tywanah, she's wearing lots of purple, right? But I put in purple what I am releasing. And some weeks are like full of my purples. It's like, whoa. But I had to really let go of that desire. Like, oh my goodness, that means now I am something and and I'm at this level, that level. Because there's not even a level. There's no such a thing as levels, but there's understanding of a continuous growth. And the more you understand that you're humbly growing, the more you'll be receiving information. The more you go into, well, let me see how high I am now because I want to really feel great about myself and I want to feel maybe even better than others, that we dangerously go into ego zone. And what I receive from energy is whenever we go into ego zone, our talents and gifts will be fading, right? So it's either we choose gifts and talents, or we heal the ego and we say, thank you, I see which parts of me I still need to heal. Because again, sometimes we can go into, let me see how high I am, because it's about, well, maybe I'm lacking self-recognition. Well, in that case, recognize yourself because Sandra, you're doing incredible work. You really are, and you're growing rapidly. Let me tell you this, but just ask yourself from which perspective that question comes.
So is then a better measure what you have released? Is it that the more you release, the higher you go in frequency?
Well, you cannot continuously go high in frequency without dropping. It's about mastering staying in the frequency of a high frequency as much as you can, but you are human and you will drop frequency because somebody will call you, will tell you bad news, and by listening to them, you'll be dropping your frequency because you're exposed to lower frequency. So the more you release, that means the more open you become to more channeling, to more gifts to shine. Because any trauma, any negative belief, any story that is holding you back is not allowing your gifts to shine. It's not allowing manifestations to come through. But the more you work on yourself, the more pure you become. But again, you are doing your soul journey. And whatever you meant to clean and work on during this soul path, this is what really matters. I hope it's not too complicated answer.
No. So it makes sense with the ego, and that measuring. I'm just wondering, as we are all talking about the shift, if it is, what is the shift about? And is it that every individual grows or elevates higher and higher in frequency? Or is there like and we are back to Hawkins, a scale up to 1,000, and within that scale, I move. If I'm doing fine, I am in the thousands range, but then if I feel guilt, I drop down to 20, things like that.
And you will do it multiple times during the day, even multiple times, even during 5 minutes. Because we are humans, we are reactive beings. We will constantly go from one frequency to another depending what we eat. Remember mind, body, soul, right? Depending on what we have in our life. Because we can be super healthy vegans, no alcohol, no sugar. We just eat air basically, right? But our mind could be full of drama and anger and frustration. So as much as you try to be super clean, high frequency on Hawkins scale in terms of your body, but if your mind is at low frequency, of course it will become average of that. So mind, body, soul. And then what do you do for your soul? Do you meditate? Or do you walk around and you curse? right? Do you manifest beauty or do you manifest anger and more problems and everything else because of what you focus on? So you will shift all the time in a Hawkins scale.
Tywanah also wanted to say something.
Probably my chat is closed. Yes, my chat is closed. Yes, Tywanah, please go ahead.
Thank you so much, Sandra. The whole point of us, and this is coming through from my mother who channels through me, the whole point of this spiritual journey is not to measure. It's to embrace the lessons and the things that we receive, the gifts, the material and spiritual things that our ancestors, guides, spirit guides, angels, whatever it is you believe in, give to you. But we are just supposed to enjoy it. Measurement is a human thing. And it is based on ego to say, I'm higher than you are. So it is best to drop the Hawkins scale. I've seen it. I understand it. I know it. Leave it be. And just measure yourself against who you were yesterday, the day before, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. That's the only measurement we should be doing. Nothing else matters.
Thank you, Tywanah. Thank you. Thank you, Mom.
She knows Mama Lorraine.
Yes. Thank you so much. I would like to invite also Ina to share some of her miracles that she experienced. I'm not sure if you're Ina driving because you were saying you might be driving during this time, but if it's safe for you to unmute yourself and share, you don't have to be on video if you cannot. But if you would like to share with us your spiritual miracles or some magic that happened in the last week, that would be great if you could share something.
Just a minute, I want to say something. Maybe I will disappear because tonight there are sirens, so we need to go to the shelter sometime. So maybe I will disappear. So I'm sorry about that. Okay.
Thank you, Dikla, for sharing that with us. Oh, Ina cannot speak. Yeah, Tywanah, Dikla actually is based in Israel, and as you know, there's a war right now between Palestine and Israel, so therefore Dikla might be disappearing. But don't worry, Dikla, if you will have to disappear, this meeting is recorded, so you will hear all the wisdom, and everything will be right there for you to access. Okay, so I would like to go back to Sandra just to double check. Sandra, are you satisfied with the answer? Did you receive the answer to your question? Brilliant. Okay, fantastic. All right, as well, on that note, in that case, it is my delight and pleasure and a true honor to invite Tywanah and Mom to our today's session. So we're not about me channeling and passing on the knowledge, but it will be about Tywanah and your mom. But Tywanah had a beautiful from a source perspective, because very painful from a human perspective journey. And I would not like to spoil her wisdom, what she is here to share, by me pre-sharing anything too much. So I would like to invite Tywanah for you to introduce yourself to ourselves, the way how it comes out of you naturally, and please share with us your channeling journey and give girls, so far we have girls only here on this call, how did it go, how it all started, and what can we learn from you and your mom? So over to you, darling. You're muted. You're muted. Sorry, I was muting.
I saw the thing. I am Tywanah Evette, and my alter ego is Black Butterfly Goddess. So that's why you see that on the screen. I have been through insurmountable, insidious abuse in my life, things that no person, let alone a woman, should ever have to endure. However, each and every one of those traumatic, insidious experiences brought me to the woman that I am today. So I no longer resent them. I embrace them. I love them. And if I had the choice to do it again, I would. I come before you today. My mother, Lorraine, is always on my right side. She's always talking. Olga has experienced her. I've got 22 ancestors in the room. at most times. 5 of them have not introduced themselves yet. And I had an experience with the chief where he now dwells in me and not outside of me. So channeling. I remember the first time I channeled. I didn't know what was going on. All I knew is it felt something was trying to take over my body, and the energy was frantic. It was like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And it wound up being my ex-best friend's grandmother. I never knew her name. I never knew her story. I didn't know where she was from. I knew nothing about her. Yet my voice, my face, my eyes even changed to reflect hers, because her granddaughter had done so much bad in this lifetime that it was her last opportunity to heal. And it came through me because I'm a healer. Had she not taken my hand to heal, her guides had to walk away. That was her karma. She did not take the opportunity at all. My body, I remember, because I have a spine injury and I used to have a spinal cord stimulator in my back. And I remember I had just charged it and it was zapped immediately by this frantic, scared energy. And can you imagine being an ancestor who's been trying to get your granddaughter's attention for 20 or 30 years, and now this is her last chance? Can you imagine that frantic energy that came through me? I didn't know what I said. All I know is when I came out of it, she was like this. I never know what I say when I channel. And true channeling, you really don't know. You see people on TikTok and on social media and they, channel, but they remember everything. That means you are not taking on that energy. That is you. When you're channeling, it can be done in multiple ways. So when we're writing, sometimes we're channeling, right? And that is our higher self that's coming through to give us guidance, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. We won't remember how it happened. We may remember what we were doing before it, but we are amazed at what comes out on paper. I'll give you an example. I was sitting here working on a client's, I'm a coach, and I was sitting here working on a client's journals and things one day. And, I had my nice music playing, so I'm just sitting here happy. And my mother says, "Summit." And I said, "No, thanks," and kept typing. The next day, I'm sitting here working away, getting ready to call my bestie because I had a Temu package and was all excited. It was Temu time. And my mother says, "Summit." And I said, look at my calendar. I'm in 3 next week. We're good. At 1:31 a.m., I feel a brush up against my shoulder. My mother appears in form, which she rarely does, and comes nose to nose and says, "Summit." As if it was it was back in the 1970s and I hadn't done my chores. You know how they would wake us up in the middle of the night because you didn't do your chores. You thought you got away with it when you went to sleep. No. So I got up. I channeled for 8 hours. And 8 hours later, the name, the website, the meaning, everything was done for that summit. So that's a different type of channeling, right? I didn't know who was coming through me. I just knew it was my ancestors coming together to bring this forth, to birth this summit. Sometimes channeling will look like that. I don't remember much about that night. I remember getting up, doing my routine of making sure the dog had her needs, making sure, well, reverse, making sure the ancestors were served their daily tea, their daily coffee, and I spoke to them and honored them, making sure the dog had her needs, and then sitting at my desk. But I don't remember anything between sitting at my desk at 3 a.m. until 9 a.m. when it was done. I remember nothing because it wasn't me. It was them. Channeling is not something we have to try to do. We can exercise it. You know, it's like a muscle. We can exercise that muscle. We can ask for it from the divine, but be careful what you ask for. Channeling sometimes is great. I love seeing, like a couple of weeks ago, Mama Lorraine channeled for one of my clients. And when I came to, she was just falling. And she says, I don't even know how to thank Mama Lorraine for what just happened. I said, oh, that's who came through? Because I don't know when it happens. But she gave her the message she needed to hear that day. She needed to hear she was protected. She needed to hear Mama loves her and that Pop-Pop kept her from danger a few days before. She needed to hear all of that. I have to go back and review the videos because I have no idea what's going on. All I know is it happens, my head drops when they release my body, and then I come out of it very foggy and dazed, and usually I will ask the person, which one was it? Which one of the ones, the troublemakers in here was it? But I also channel other people's loved ones. There's a woman, she was on TikTok, she came into my live, and she's in so much agony about her daughter's passing. Her daughter walked right through my balcony door and stood in front of my television and said, tell my mother to stop. She's killing herself. Tell her to stop. I had to give that message. But then I allowed my body to be used so that her voice, her eyes, her facial expressions could be seen. So channeling happens in many, many different ways. During meditations, during journaling, during your waking life, but it is always best to keep your heart space open, keep your body as pure as possible, and allow the flow of energy to come and work through you. You are the vessel. You are the messenger. And that is huge. The fact that I'm sitting in a room surrounded by women who can channel. But as I said earlier, we should never allow our egos to get involved in that, because what happens? They take that gift. They say you're not ready for it. You can't handle it. Because you want to take the credit for it. I never give myself credit for any message that comes through. It's not for me to own. My gifts were given to me by the divine, and I was chosen by my ancestors. Nothing that I say and do is of my own volition. Whether it's putting together a summit, having a great coffee chat with my soul sister over here, or going on a 3-day juice fast because I have a mediumship reading coming up and I want my body to be as high vibrational and cleansed as possible so that whoever needs to give this person a message can use it. Those are the things that we can do to prepare ourselves for channel. So, Dikla, did I pronounce your name correctly, or is it Dikla?
Dikla, yes.
Okay. From the moment you popped on the screen, I saw your power. I saw your future. I saw a woman taking charge. I saw you walking and your hair was just blowing in the wind and there was fire behind you. Every step you took was fire. I need you to hold on to that vision so that the things that are happening around you that are treacherous and inhumane don't distract you from the very high calling you have. I am a high priestess. So are you. Sandra, you remind me of this bright, cheery, wonderful energy, and you just want to do the things right now, and you want to make sure you're doing them all right. You're doing that just by being you. You don't have to. No, ma'am. Auntie's busy right now. You do not have to compete or compare, baby. That's your past. That has nothing to do with your present or your future. You are seen. You are valued. You are loved. You never have to compare yourself to another soul again. No one is higher than you. You are brilliant. You are a bright light. Your smile alone can make a cloudy day perfectly sunny. You're doing all the things right. But you're worried about, am I doing all the things right? Just open your heart space and allow spirit to flow through you. Nothing can be done wrong if you just allow spirit to flow through you. You're going to make it. You don't have to race against anyone. You have got this. You've got it. You're welcome. You're welcome. And that was all Mama had to say right now. Right now.
Wow, that was very powerful. Sandra, you're crying, bless you. Would you like to unmute yourself? Thank you, Tywanah. That was beautiful. And what a powerful, powerful message you delivered. And I wonder if maybe because Valerio are not on the video, maybe that's why.
Yeah, it's hard when Mama likes to see.
Yeah.
And so when I can't see, because it's just the way my gifts operate, the energy is different, but I'm looking in your soul when I can see you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you so much, Tywanah. That was
Thank you.
powerful, absolutely powerful. And the messages about channeling and different shapes and forms and how it happens, it was very, very reassuring to everybody for sure. Because one thing when you have done it, and another thing, because when you have done it, you think it's so natural, you don't even think how it was when you just started. But when,
Mm-mm.
as you heard already, lady saying like, I think it channeled, it's such a fresh journey. So thank you so much for taking us back to your journey and sharing how you were surprised and shocked by when you started doing that. I wonder if, ladies, any of you have any questions or any words you would like to say to Tywanah. Just unmute yourself and say.
I would like to thank you for this message because this really is something that I'm dealing with, all of the information about the craziest things that's going on. Really, I don't understand how it could happen. And you gave me the answer, and I started to visualize what you told me, and this really works. This really works, and this is what I need in order to carry on. So thank you so much. I have this one question that I always wondering about. When somebody who is now in is a spiritual form, and his soul is channeling, but we are recycling, like we are going to the next how do you say, when you next physical experiment. So what happens when we are in our physical experience? What happens to you know what I mean? It's hard to. Some of our soul staying to channel, and some are soul going to the physical experience. How it's
So
what is
you're saying what happens when we channel
no.
the soul?
I think the question.
Say your mother, right? Your
Mhm.
mother is now she's high intelligent, okay, and uh, and she is as a high intelligence also going on to her next experience in the physical world. Okay, when she is in the next experience in the physical world, some of her soul staying to channel. How it's working? Like I always wonder how.
Everyone does not have a next experience in the physical realm. For example, this is my last experience here.
Really?
I've learned
Okay.
my lesson that I'm supposed to learn.
Wow. So
I've been
some of
here
us.
for centuries.
So
So
some of
some of
us.
us move on.
Oh, that's cool. That's so cool. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Beautiful, beautiful.
I also want to thank you, Tywanah. It's beautiful. It's really emotional, and you realize it is different, very heart touching when these messages come. thank you, because this made me so emotional then, because you feel that it is so, I don't know, like divine message.
You are welcome. You are a ray of sunshine, and you don't see it. You've allowed your past and the things that people told you you weren't, to impact your spiritual journey. Those people's voices don't matter. And by the way, everyone, and Olga knows I say this, when you're walking your spiritual journey, we know people fall away, right? Family members think we have lost it, things like that. We can operate in full forgiveness and still tell people to stay over there. Everyone is not exempt. For an example, with me, one of my clients asked me a question: if you love your ex-boyfriend, because I told her I love him unconditionally. My ex-boyfriend put me in a space to where I tried to take my life, and that's what started my spiritual awakening. But I love him, and I trust him to do what's best for him. Without trust, there is no love. However, everyone does not deserve your energy. Everyone does not deserve to be in your energy. It does not mean we think we're better than. It means that we realize our worth. And every lady sitting here, including the ones I can't see, are very powerful. You have to be connected to her. You cannot be mediocre in the spiritual realm. And yes, in the spiritual realm, there are levels. But you cannot be at the bottom or even mediocre to connect to my sister, because of who she is and her journey and her gifts and her spiritual ranking. So every one of you, including the ones I cannot see, are very powerful, and you need to own that power. Own it. You've changed? Yeah, you're right, I have. And you're different. Uh-huh. I'm glad to be different. My sister called me crazy. I said, you're the crazy one. You're doing what everybody else does. I have the power, the authority, and the wherewithal to do something different. Be me. On cameras, you're hiding, walking your dog, hoping nobody sees you. You're the crazy one. We cannot allow the voices of others to get us distracted. Especially if you're in the US. News, no. The news is a no. Most of the television shows, no. My television has been turned on once in the last 12 months, and it was when my daughter was visiting for my birthday, and she turned on Golden Girls to go to sleep. My home all day is filled with frequency music. That's what I listen to all day. I love the sign. I love the sign. And it's not, again, because I feel like I'm better than anyone or anything like that, because I make my mistakes. But I'll tell you this. People comment on how calm my dog is. She's that way because she listens to frequency music all day. Not a crazy television show with people being unalived. She's not listening to a lunatic on television make a bunch of promises that they know they're not going to keep, even though we live 5 miles from the White House and I used to work there. So try to fill your cup, fill your heart space, fill your energy field with things that do keep you at a higher vibration. Now, that's not to say I don't get upset, because yesterday I had to leave the house so that I didn't disrespect my ancestors. I found a mouse in my apartment. And I was like, I've been here 3 years. I do everything you asked me to do. Move me now. Who the hell am I? I can't do a thing without them. So I took that energy and we walked to the farmer's market and got beautiful produce, organic, not treated with crazy things. And then we went to the Dollar Tree and got her toys and me stuff that I don't need. And came back in a better space. Ooh. Hmm. Young lady, do you know who you are? You understand. How powerful you are. Do you understand how your energy alone can banish people? You don't need spell work. You don't need anything. All you have to do is speak it, and it is so. But you run from that sometimes. Start speaking, start writing. Those are your superpowers. Use them. And you, Miss Autumn, you know we brought you and my daughter together, right?
Are you speaking
You
to
know we have a plan for both of you.
Oh. What is the plan? Tell us, Mama Lorraine.
Now you know I don't tell everything, I just tell bits and pieces. If I gave you the whole puzzle, there would be no fun.
No surprise, that's true.
But you, my dear, the cheering that is around you, the clapping that is around you, how you have healed from extraordinary circumstances to stand in your power and show other women how to do it. If you only knew, it's just the beginning. If you only knew. I love you. I adore you. You'll learn why soon enough.
Very curious now.
Yeah. that happens. But you are an extraordinary, brilliant woman. The roar of a lion stands behind you, and a dragon above you that breathes fire. I want you to remember that.
Wow. I wasn't expecting to receive any messages for myself, but that was just remarkable. Thank you. Ina, I typed everything what was saying for you there in a message.
What did she do?
She made us cry. She made us laugh. She said some beautiful, beautiful words. And ladies, I'm inviting you to watch the recording. And Tywanah, it was just beautiful. I'm really.
Always up to something.
Oh, yes, she is. Oh, yes, she is. Oh, yes, she is. We got a confirmation last time from Mama Lorraine that we are soul sisters with Tywanah, and that was beautiful. And she's definitely up to something magical. Let's see what happens next. But ladies, I hope you enjoyed those beautiful messages which were passed on to you. And Ina, please make a screenshot of yours as well. And ladies, I also will try my best to type for all of you whilst Mama Lorraine was talking. Valeria, sorry you did not manage to come on camera to get message from Mama Lorraine, but maybe one day, who knows? But certainly you are powerful, as she said, and that's what all are here to support and lift each other, which is the most important thing. But Tywanah, that was just remarkable to see Mama Lorraine in such powerful action. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know how we can thank you, but thank you so much. The words are not enough. I hope you can feel our soul gratitude that goes through dimensions and timelines and distances because you're in USA. Yes.
Unfortunately.
Oh, luckily, we don't know. We don't know. There are some more places. There are some more dangerous places than USA. That's for sure.
True. 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 Ooh,
How do you
what did
feel?
she do?
What is it? What do you experience now?
When she leaves my body, sometimes there's pain,
Right.
tension in the neck and in the head space, as her energy continues to be extracted from my body.
Right.
So I have no idea what she said. I'll have to watch the recording.
I will share the recording with you.
She didn't say anything like disrespectful, right? Because sometimes she
Oh
could be a
no.
little, okay. Sometimes she could be a little, but my bestie always says she knows it's Mama Lorraine because the hand goes on the face. Did she do that?
Well, at the very end, she was like this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. It was magical experience. Ladies, would you like to go around the room and share with Tywanah now what her mom passed on as a message to you, how it made you feel, and what you're taking away from this? Let's go with Dikla because she was first, then Sandra, then Ina. Dikla, would you like to share what you received and how is it for you?
Well, she shared something that I really needed to hear, that I'm stepping into my power, and also I have lots of information even as in this area, and also I've seen and hearing lots of things that I don't know how to deal with, and she told me how to deal with in powerful way. She gave me this vision of a woman going, and every step I take is fire that blaming all of this this thing that interrupt my power. So I will definitely take this to my life. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
It was beautiful. She was describing how Dikla was also walking and her hair is like on a wind, just like flowing around. It was just beautiful vision as well. Yeah. Thank you, Mama Lorraine. Let's go to Sandra. Sandra, oh, you cried. She made Sandra cry, but in a good way. Go on, Sandra.
Yeah, so it was about not comparing myself and just, so she said, I'm doing everything right and I shouldn't compare and just be myself. Also, I know that, so comparing is a bit my issue, right? And I have to figure out how to stop this because, in fact, that is what I do. I always look at people who can do some things better than I am. Yeah, I have to figure out how to stop comparing.
We just stop. It's that simple. We just every time we start feeling that feeling of I need to compare myself to them, you speak out loud. I'm powerful in my own way. I have my own gifts. I have my own reason why the divine brought me here. And that speaking out loud will in turn reprogram your subconscious to stop comparing. I used to do the same thing. Oh, Miss Valeria, are you special?
Apologies, ladies. I have a little one near me, so hopefully she will give me some time to be on camera.
You are special. What made you stop? You knew who you were when you were about 6 or 7 years old and something happened and magic. You're magical. You come from a magical bloodline, if you get where I'm going. Gigi is my fourth great grandmother who demands tea every day. Where's my tea? And she was persecuted because she knew magic. You have that same magic.
Mm.
So, when these situations like the one you're going through now arise, start using your magic and watch things happen.
Tried my best to capture as much as I could.
I know, I see it. I see it. Yeah. My Gigi doesn't stand up from her chair very often, but when she does, it's either to come through and channel, and I fight that like hell because she's spicy. We'll just say that. She's a little extra spicy. Um, but do you happen to have Irish roots? Way back when?
Not sure.
Okay.
Mm.
She doesn't stand up often. But when you turn the camera on, she did.
Mm.
So she's the one who taught me to use my voice, stand in my truth, and use my magic.
Nice. Thank you.
You're welcome.
And Ines says she couldn't speak, but she's
Yes,
grateful for the message. Very, very good.
yes, I saw that. I saw that. It is okay. You are so welcome. Even though I don't know what she said, I have to watch the replay, but yeah.
She said a very beautiful message there about Ina. She said very powerful. She really reacted when Ina came on the call, and she said her energy alone. Sorry for mistakes there, but her energy alone can manage energy and people. But you, as in Ina, run away from these sometimes. She needs to start speaking and start writing. And I know Ina has such a big struggle with writing because we had a couple of conversations about that. She
Oh
hates
my goodness.
writing. She hates writing. When I heard writing, I laughed hard. I thought Ina and writing, these two things are not linkable together. Usually, this is exactly what it is. Whatever we reject is exactly what we need to approach. So
What we're supposed to do.
yeah, exactly. It's interesting. It's really interesting. And Tywanah, from my side, I would like to say a huge thank you for to you for obviously coming here and being with us in person, virtually, but in your presence and allowing your mom or your mom taking over you. I'm not sure which is the right language there, right? But thank you so much for Mama Lorraine for passing on the most beautiful messages to ladies here. I really appreciate you both. And Mama Lorraine, thank you for your beautiful message to me too. I'm really curious what you have prepared for me in Tywanah because I have no clue, but you're right. Sometimes if we would know in advance that life will be boring. So I'm excited.
Exactly.
I'm excited.
I don't know. I've asked her dozens of times, aside from us being sisters in previous lifetime, what is it? And she says you'll know in time.
Exactly. It's like divine timing. The same message that I get from energies all the time. Divine timing is like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I respond to them now. I know what she will say, divine timing.
Exactly, exactly. And she doesn't always tell me divine timing. Sometimes she'll say mind your business. And I'm like, this is
Love that,
my
Jamal.
business. It's my life. I'm asking questions about my life. And she's like, mind your business. So at least with you all, she's kind and says divine timing. You didn't get mind your business.
No, she was very kind. She said that I have a wall behind me of a lion. I think that's what I got. And above me there, the dragons spitting the fire. So that was a
Wow.
very, very unique image she drew for me, but that was very beautiful. So I'm very grateful. And
Wow.
I'm excited to serve. And it took me a while for sure to accept that I do have a power and accept that I must teach and accept that I must pass on that all because I was quite happy just to keep it all to myself. But my ancestor came through first and energy said that I need to come out of my shell and teach. And it's an honor. It truly is an honor to be the vessel because that's what she said to all of us that we are vessels. And I feel truly honored to be surrounded by you ladies and to be able to share what I know, what is coming through me, and to invite our beautiful guest today, Tywanah, today. And of course, more guests will come on a monthly basis. But it's a true honor to be surrounded by such powerful priestesses. That's exact word was there. So thank you, Mama Lorraine, and thank you, Tywanah, and thank you all, ladies. To
You're
all.
so welcome.
Let's do a
Thank you,
picture.
ladies.
Let's make a nice picture with beautiful smiles. Now you were all on a video actually for once. Okay, give me a nice smile. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Actually, I will move these there because the recording is right in the middle, which is going to make a nice picture. And we're going to be just ladies without the recording. So in 3, 2, 1, once more, give me a very, very nice smile. The nicest smile you have ever shown to anyone. There we go. Let me check I hope none of you closed your eyes. No, you didn't. That was a beautiful picture. I'll share it now WhatsApp and also share with you, Tywanah, as well. But yeah, that was absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. Please unmute yourself if you would like to share anything else or ask or share or say, please do that. This is the moment you can all do that.
I want to say something. Oh, okay, go ahead, Valerie.
Go ahead, Valerie.
Yeah, I wanted to, before this meeting, I mentioned my energy was quite low. I was even thinking whether to join, and I decided let me join, and then we'll see how it goes. I'm really grateful and blessed that I joined this session. Thank you so much. And my quick question would be how to allow this magic, this energy, this calling, how to allow more of it and to expand in your in life, and to put the fears, doubts, and that human ego aside.
Way, you're not meant to learn from like you can take classes from spiritualists. So I'm not advertising, but for example, my best friend and I teach magic. But my Gigi teaches me magic. So you are meant to learn directly from the other side. Because right now we have all this division about, oh no, you're African spirituality, you're this kind of spirituality, you're that kind of spirituality, baneful magic, white magic, kitchen magic, green magic. It's all magic. So you are meant to receive the downloads of how your practice looks. It doesn't matter what someone else is doing or saying. My practice looks completely different from others. I operate in a space of light. However, if you do enough to me after I ask to be left alone 4, 5, 6, 7 times, you got to be careful. So, for example, my upstairs neighbor, he makes an incredible amount of noise. He's obnoxious. He's a drunk. He's a drug addict. He goes outside. He blasts music off the balcony like it's a block party. There's no peace in this neighborhood anymore. And he has to speak to everybody, but he will make comments behind their back. I can hear it because I'll have my door open. One day I was preparing to teach a class. I teach psychic insight. And I'm trying to do my lesson plan. The class is in an hour. I'm trying to finish up. And he's just stomping and making noise and drinking and, has the music on the balcony blasting. And so I hit the ceiling with the broomstick. He comes out of his door, but he could not walk down the steps. I opened my door and told him to come downstairs. He could not walk down the steps. He proceeded to call me the N-word. And if you're overseas, nigger is what I was called. And I was told that if this was the 1950s, he would have put me in my place. I laughed. I told him, come on down and say it then. Put me in my place. Try it. He refers to me as BITCH when I walk out the building. I'm minding my business. I'm not even looking at him. There's that BITCH. There are now people in the neighborhood who refer to me like that because he has to tell everyone that I got him evicted. He's being evicted. A couple of weeks ago, things came to a head. And Gigi said, get up, go get the salt, go get the garlic, and put it under your pillow for 3 days. And when you take your dog on a walk, you drop it at a crossroad. After I did that, I found out he was getting evicted. I don't operate banefully because I'm not a baneful person. I can't stand to see people hurting. So for me to hurt someone, it's not in me. And Gigi had to literally make me do this, force me out of my shell, and told me, I did not wait for you for a time where you could do this and speak and use your voice and use your magic for you to sit there in fear. So when someone is personally attacking me continuously, then yes, I will use my magic. But my magic is also used every day to light white candles for people who are going through sad and serious situations. I buy white candles like they're going out of stock to always make sure I have some, be it a tea light or a chime candle, because I always want people to feel loved and nurtured and seen and heard. There was a young woman who committed suicide a couple of weeks ago, and it was the week of my summit. And she came to me, and I lit a 3-day candle for her and told her, just hold on for 3 days. You can stay here, but you can't use my energy. I need you to hold on. Just stay with this light for 3 days, and then we can talk. That's the way I enjoy my magic. So it's not meant to be, and your practice is not meant to be baneful. You're not meant to tell, to do death spells and things like that. You can't even operate like that. That's not who you are. Just like with me, it's not who I am. I would never put a death spell on someone. But leave me alone and go away. Oh yes. I did use that. Leave me alone and go away. So your magic practice is going to come straight from the divine. Therefore, no one has the right to tell you that you're doing it wrong. So you can take classes and things to learn the basics. And I would recommend, and I offer you a free ebook that I did, Psychic Protection Basics. Because anything we do, even going into meditation, anything that we do with the spirit realm, we need to have an opening and a closing protection practice, even in meditation. So I can drop that in the chat for you ladies.
That would be great if you could do that. And also, if you could share your details where ladies can connect with you, that would
Absolutely.
be brilliant. Whichever you prefer to share. So ladies can.
Absolutely. Let me bring up.
And I will copy that. And I will share it in a WhatsApp chat for you ladies as well as in a Facebook group, so you can access it in case if you're on your phone right now, you cannot copy that. So I'll do it for you. But thank you so much, Tywanah. That was a beautiful answer, and it's so true. What's so
Thank you.
personal, so unique to us, it's really will be coming directly to us. But preparing ourselves, preparing mind, body, soul purification in order for that to come in a cleaner vessel, into the cleaner vessel, that's what we all definitely can do. Yeah.
And I know Olga is building hers, but in the meantime, because I believe in collaboration, I don't believe in stealing. I offer you my free community while she's building hers, and that link for you to join is also in the chat.
That is received with love for sure. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Because
I am getting.
the more we all can learn from each other, the better impact we all collaboratively can create. Because it's not about withholding the knowledge, it's about sharing the knowledge. Yeah. Whoa, how was that for a meeting, ladies? Deep
Oh,
breath.
yes.
Very deep.
Yes, deep breaths, deep breaths. Sacred Spirit, unlocking the smudge. Inner vision. Actually, I'm going to give you a couple of they're small ebooks.
So whilst we are waiting for Tywanah links, please everybody type in the chat what were your takeaways from today's meeting. What have you learned? What have you understood? Remember by typing in the chat, you're strengthening the energy of that new learning or new reminder right into your core energetic field. So type in the chat, what have you learned? What's your takeaway from today's meeting? Maybe a great reminder, maybe an eye opener. Whatever came for you in a beautiful way. We will move our meditation and hot seat to the next session. Because today I feel like it was really deep and profound, and probably all of you need to digest energetically and spiritually and mentally everything what you have heard today. So Sandra says, don't compare, you are doing just fine, you are powerful, beautiful takeaway. Valeria, any practice needs protection, exercise, and when channeling you don't remember that. Be yourself and we all great. Very true. Beautiful. Thank you so much.
I just downloaded it. I hate when the computer doesn't put it where you tell it to go. It's so annoying.
Don't worry, because I can also send it to the girls directly if you want me to do that, if that's easier for you.
Okay, I don't want to hold you up.
Be yourself, we're all great. Beautiful.
But it's energy clearing and protection guide.
Thank you. To know my power and not to be afraid to wear it all at the time. Beautiful takeaway, Tigla. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, many of us, we were prosecuted in the past lifetimes, and therefore many are afraid of our own power, and that's something to release. We will definitely be tapping more on that and covering that for sure. Getting used to that you are powerful, it's something that, in a humble way, it's something that we all should practice. Yeah, because sadly, some people choose to go on the other side of powerful, and that's when the dark side comes out, which is not very helpful.
You are correct.
Being humble in that power, that's what really matters, which doesn't even sound right. How can you be humble in your power? But that's exactly it is. It's really being humble in the power. Beautiful. Well, and my takeaway was that collaboration is really powerful. That's my takeaway.
It is.
It is about collaboration. It is about sharing. It is about inviting. It is about really expanding and being open to expansion through multiple sources. So yeah, that's my takeaway. Beautiful. Well, Tywanah, do you have your own links how we can connect in the meantime?
I put them in the chat,
Okay.
and I think the energy clearing guide is uploading.
Okay.
Can you see it on your side? Sacred
Um,
Shield?
Not really, no, we cannot say anything. That's why I was wondering if you have them ready. If it's easier, feel free to email them to me and then I'll share them with ladies in our.
Okay, great, great. Because there are a few I would like to share with this group of ladies in particular. Oh, there it is. So that we can make sure all of you are safe and protected and things like that when you're dealing with the spiritual realm. So there's a few. I'll send them to you, Olga.
Beautiful, yes. And then I will share with ladies via Facebook and WhatsApp. Thank you so much, Tywanah.
Thank you.
Much, Mama Lorraine. Thank you, ladies, and thank you, energies, for making me do this. I'm really grateful because honestly, that was a force. Not a force. They were not forceful. They were nice, but yes, it really was about mindset coming through first, and then energies confirming, and then the story unfolds. But yeah, thank you. I appreciate you all. I honor you, and I'm humbly grateful for the space we have. It's really beautiful, and I'm looking forward to see you grow even more. Because when you grow, when you expand, when you stretch, when you bring this beautiful news that you have shared today, it really makes my heart melt because that's like I'm doing exactly what they told me to do, and I'm glad to see that that works. That means I'm living my purpose, and seeing you stepping into your purpose and power is just the best thank you I can ever have, or best confirmation I can ever have. So thank you for this. Thank you for this space. I'll see you all ladies next week, and we have Tywanah also for the next couple of weeks with us as a thank you for being a speaker. So you will have Tywanah not only today, but for the next couple of sessions. Sandra being very excited.
Yes,
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 beautiful. But yes, she will join us if you can, of course. It's not obligatory.
yes.
If you can, I'll be really grateful. As a thank you for coming today to be with us and sharing your wisdom. It will be our honor to have you with us for the next couple of sessions.
Thank you. Thank you. It is my honor to accept. Thank you.
Thank you. All right.